Affirmations to soften your heart after living in survival mode for years. There is a way to soften that does not depend on forgetting, pretending, or external safety. A softness that returns gently from within, steady, tender, and deeply healing. This softness is not something you earn. It is something you remember. Affirmations to soften your heart are the sacred practice of aligning your inner world with the tenderness that already lives inside your body. When your energy resonates with gentleness, you do not force vulnerability. You allow it, because softness is not weakness. It is a frequency, and you can attune to it now. What heart softening really means. Softening is the harmony between your survival instincts, your tender heart, your breath, and your spirit. It is the moment your vigilance releases and begins to pulse with openness. When you resonate with heart softness, your defenses lower, your chest opens, your body feels received, your energy becomes warm and permeable. Safety responds to softness, not armor. The more you align with it, the more effortlessly it holds you. Softness whispers, "I am safe to feel tender now," and your heart responds. Why heart softness is a frequency, not a fix. Fixes come and go. Frequencies remain. Heart softness is not forgetting. It is not collapsing. It is not temporary relief. It is a stable frequency of receptivity, warmth, and gentle unfolding. When you attune to it, even old wounds feel less heavy, because tenderness becomes the climate of your being. This is why some people radiate warmth even after hardship. They are not pretending to be okay. They are resonating with softness, and softness can be practiced. Real-life examples of heart-softening shifts. Example 1. The gentle hand. She had spent years braced for the next blow. Instead of pushing herself to feel, she placed a hand on her chest. She breathed into her palm, softened her ribs, and allowed her heart to be held. Within minutes, her body shifted. Nothing changed externally, yet a quiet warmth arrived, because her frequency changed first. Example 2. The tender permission. She noticed how often she told herself to stay strong. One evening, she chose to whisper, "It's safe to be tender now." Her throat tightened, then released. Her eyes filled with gentle tears. Her heart began to soften, not because she forced openness, but because she allowed resonance. Example 3. The return to warmth. She realized she had forgotten what ease felt like in her body. In a quiet moment, she sat in stillness, rocked herself gently, and breathed slowly. Her nervous system recognized the rhythm. Her heart remembered how to soften. That rocking became a daily ritual, and tenderness became her baseline. Softness responds to allowance. The practice of heart-softening rituals. To align your heart with tenderness after survival, practice 3 gentle invitations. 1. Attune to sensation. Notice where your chest feels tight or guarded. Bring your attention there with compassion. Sensation brings presence. Ask yourself, what would help my heart feel held right now? 2. Attune to self-touch. Warmth lives in the language of gentle contact, not in words. Soften your palms. Rest them on your heart. And allow your own touch to comfort you. A witnessed heart naturally resonates with softness. 3. Attuned to permission. Tenderness responds to gentle allowance. Set the intention softly without demand. I allow my heart to soften now. Intention tunes the frequency. Daily heart softening ritual. Place both hands on your chest. Close your eyes. Take 3 slow, tender breaths. On the inhale, feel warmth. On the exhale, release the need to protect. Then say softly, I attune my heart to tenderness. I resonate with gentle openness. I allow myself to soften now. Stay here for a moment. This is alignment. "40 affirmations for softening your heart after survival mode." I am naturally attuned to softness. I am naturally attuned to softness. My energy resonates with tenderness and ease. My energy resonates with tenderness and ease. Warmth responds to my gentle presence. Warmth responds to my gentle presence. I allow my heart to open slowly. I allow my heart to open slowly. I choose softness over vigilance. I choose softness over vigilance. My heart feels safe to be tender. My heart feels safe to be tender. I release armor and welcome warmth. I release armor and welcome warmth. My breath anchors me in softness and calm. My breath anchors me in softness and calm. Gentleness flows through my chest freely. Gentleness flows through my chest freely. Gentleness flows through my chest freely. I listen to my heart with compassion. I listen to my heart with compassion. I give myself permission to feel tender now. I give myself permission to feel tender now. Softness does not need to be earned. Softness does not need to be earned. I release the belief that I must always be strong. I release the belief that I must always be strong. My heart is open to gentle feeling. My heart is open to gentle feeling. I allow vulnerability without fear or shame. I allow vulnerability without fear or shame. My body remembers the frequency of tenderness. My body remembers the frequency of tenderness. I align with the warmth within me. I align with the warmth within me. Softness is my natural state of being. Softness is my natural state of being. I resonate with inner receptivity and ease. I resonate with inner receptivity and ease. My energy feels warm and permeable. My energy feels warm and permeable. I allow my heart to arrive gently. I allow my heart to arrive gently. I soften my resistance to feeling. I soften my resistance to feeling. Tenderness feels safe, natural, and healing. Tenderness feels safe, natural, and healing. I welcome warmth in simple moments. I welcome warmth in simple moments. I trust my heart to open at its own pace. I trust my heart to open at its own pace. Softness integrates into my daily life. Softness integrates into my daily life. I carry tenderness quietly within me. I carry tenderness quietly within me. My presence feels warm and approachable. My presence feels warm and approachable. I embody a gentle, steady openness. I embody a gentle, steady openness. Warmth flows through me without effort. Warmth flows through me without effort. I am in harmony with my tender heart. I am in harmony with my tender heart. My inner world feels receptive and kind. My inner world feels receptive and kind. I resonate with the frequency of softness. I resonate with the frequency of softness. Gentleness lives in me now. Gentleness lives in me now. I am attuned, aligned, and open. I am attuned, aligned, and open. I am not here to prove my worth. I am here to live in harmony with it. I am not here to prove my worth. I am here to live in harmony with it. My heart naturally pulses with warmth. My heart naturally pulses with warmth. I honor the softness I choose to embody. I honor the softness I choose to embody. And true tenderness is always available to me. And true tenderness is always available to me. I am home in my open heart. I am home in my open heart. Closing reflection. Softness does not require perfect safety. It requires resonance. When your chest is received, your breath is gentle, and your self-touch is kind, tenderness emerges naturally. Heart-softening rituals are not about becoming weak. They are about remembering your natural state of warmth. So soften, breathe, hold yourself gently, and repeat the truth your heart already knows. I am attuned to tenderness. I resonate with softness. I allow myself to feel gentle now. Heart softness is not distant. It is already responding to your alignment. Softly you are becoming. Tell me which affirmation touched your heart today. I'd love to read your reflections. Zainab, the quiet becoming. Let's keep healing together.